pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Thank you all for coming.
Okay, well, before we start the meeting, we have a little special thing to do. So when I first started this job, I was joking around, Jenny and I were joking around about how much that Dick and Jenny, especially Dick, had to do to get the park board going, and how she used to laugh and say, "You deserve a plaque for this." So I got you a plaque. No. It's very nice. It was done by Laser by Lisa. I'll read the plaque first, and then I have something else to say. But the plaque says, "Presented to Richard Ballard with deepest gratitude for your visionary leadership as president of the Starke County Park District Board. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to preserving our community's natural beauty and expanding our trails for generations to come." Aww. Now, I thought I was doing this as a 5-year service sort of thing, but then Jenny said she looked back in the emails, and you've really been doing this since at least 2019. So it's more than 5 years. This is my 2nd year anniversary, actually. So I'll go first. I just wrote a few things to say. When I first started this job exactly 2 years ago, I leaned on Dick a lot. For the first year and a half, I was probably in his office every week, asking questions, seeking advice, and occasionally trying to figure out what on earth I was doing. Dick was always patient. He guided me without ever being bossy, and somehow managed to make me feel like I knew what I was doing, even when I did not. I still love my visits with Dick and Jenny, although these days they happen a little less often because, as Dick will tell you, I am so dang busy. But what I admire most about Richard Ballard is how incredibly cool he is. He rarely gets bent out of shape. He's calm, thoughtful, and steady. Of course, he doesn't, that doesn't mean he won't hand it to someone when they need it, which frankly is one of his more entertaining and best qualities, in my opinion. Dick is a Vietnam veteran. He's a lawyer. He's an environmentalist. He's a sharp dresser. And perhaps most importantly, he's a public servant. Dick has dedicated his life to serving his community, and he does it with a quiet sense of purpose and genuine love for Starke County. This inspires me probably more than he realizes. When things get hard, I remind myself that I'm not just doing this for me, but for our county and the people who call it home. No one exemplifies that kind of dedication better than Richard Ballard. Dick, thank you for your years of service, your wisdom, your patience, your friendship, and for being someone I can always count on. And thank you for putting up with me in your office every week for the first year and a half. I promise I'm trying to give you a break now. So congratulations and thank you for everything.
I'd like to also say something. I've been on the board a few years now, and I gotta say that Dick's steady hand in operating these meetings, and we do it in a professional way, unlike some other county meetings necessarily. But this has been run professionally, and he's always given me the guidance that I've needed to learn along the way. He took me under his wing a little bit when I first started, and his guidance has been immeasurable, at least to me.
I have to say too. I actually have 2 things to say, but first thing is I've had opportunity to work with Dick on the park board, and I know him probably better as Gloria's husband, because Gloria and I have been friends for years and years, and we had many park board conversations while I was laying on the flat board in Gloria's kitchen getting my eyebrows done. So and he would come home for lunch, but I can't say anything any better than Amy said, because you are so professional and you are so wise and you are so calm, unlike me sometimes. And I truly appreciate that from you. And I didn't mind being in your kitchen while you were eating lunch and we were talking either. So I was laying on that table and bored. But I also have something I'd like to read. And it's I'll give it to you. It says Starke Circuit Court, Judge Kim Hall. To the Starke County Park Board from Judge Kim Hall. Reference the commendation of President's service, date August 11th, 2026. Several years ago, I needed to fill a vacancy on the park board. I didn't know much about what the park board did, so I asked Dick Ballard if he liked birds and trees and playgrounds. He said, as he always does, sure. And that's how we got him hooked. Little did I know that years later he would still be serving. And the better question today is, do you like beaches, boat launches, budgets, campgrounds, and Veterans War memorials? But there's no doubt he would say the same answer, sure. You won't find many busy lawyers anywhere who would be willing to make such a personal sacrifice. But Richard L. Ballard is not any lawyer. He is humble and self-sacrificing. God bless him, and with more patience than anybody you will find. And Dick has blessed the people of Starke County with the generosity of his talents and time. Without question, Starke County is a better place to live because of his many contributions, including his steadfast and trustworthy service on the Starke County Park Board, for which today he is rightfully commended. Let's say I had a conversation with the judge about you.
Okay, and then of course, what kind of party would this be without cookies and lemonade? So I don't have that. Teresa, do I have the lemonade? I'm getting it. Okay, everyone can help themselves. And after we eat them, we'll start the meeting.
I just want to say, I'm
She's on a roll.
totally surprised by all this. I don't deserve it, but I appreciate it. It's been a joy for me to do this. I've really enjoyed doing this at the park board, and I think we've come a long way. I've had such good help with other board members, Amy, Bev, Gary, everybody that at the campground and the lake, everybody's been wonderful, and I'm really happy about the way things have turned out. I think we are revitalizing the beach and the campground, and this has not been hard work at all. It's just been a joy to do it, and I appreciate everybody being here and all of this. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, well, go ahead and grab a refreshment before we begin, I think. And can we do a quick picture too?
Gloria said I should have dressed better. I don't know what that was about.
So you're going out like that. I go, your jeans are about 12 inches too short.
He's still a sharp dresser, Gloria. Help yourselves.
Listen to her next time. I just ate.
Do you want some lemonade? Hey, do you want a carrot cake? It's really good. And while we're at it, I was gonna say, welcome to obviously, we're really glad that's gonna be a good one to come back to. Do y'all want? Does anybody want?
No way.
Okay, we can wait till after the meeting too. Absolutely.
Sure. You want lemonade? If I don't, you'll have to. I don't want to be the first one day.
Somebody's gotta be first.
That was great. No, thank you. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah,
I know what you're going for. You didn't know I was. Of course. I kept waiting for him to leave.
He came a little earlier than usual. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I did.
Or you must have kicked him out. That's what I was thinking.
Is that the only correction? Is the-
That's not what I saw.
These little carrot cakes are good. They're very good. I didn't make them. But they're good.
One of those anyways. What a shy crowd.
Well, they'll be here when we're over. I guess we might as well go ahead and have a park board meeting.
Guess we gotta start getting something.
Don't forget your picture.
Oh, yeah. Can someone, can you guys come in and pick a photo? Should we go behind the table or in front of the door?
Professional here.
Oh, well, let's Sarah get a hold of it.
Do you want to be in it?
Yeah, should we get behind the table?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Come on, Trace. One slide in these.
And get in close, good. And then just big smiles, 1, 2, 3. They're good, and I'll take one this way too, one more. Ready?
Thank you, Mary. Got a professional photographer to do that.
Grab your book.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Trace. Here, I'll just grab this.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
All right. First thing on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the July 14th regular meeting. Did everybody have a chance to go over those online? Are there any corrections or changes?
I had one correction I already let Amy know about.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept those with the correction?
I'd make a motion that we adopt the minutes of July 14th with the one correction with a name that was inadvertently put in. We'll correct the last name.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next thing on the agenda is the opening of the 2027 bid for the Bass Lake Beach Pier installation and removal. The 3-year contract. I think we talked about that last. meeting. So what do I have? 3 bids here?
The smallest envelope's the smallest bit.
Okay. All right, this is from Steve Barron. And he did, every year is the same, removal price starting in 2026 and going through 2029 for removal and installation. Each removal and installation is $5,050, and over the 3 years would be a total of $30,300.
Good, want to see it?
What you can use, you can just go cash pay on part of
This is from, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Valaquet Brothers.
Hmm?
Contracting LLP,
back so Sam can see it.
and it's for the same period of time. And it's $5,858 for each installation or each removal, and $5,858 for each installation. And the total over the 3 years is $35,148. And that's what I gave you
It's like an Amazon package.
Do we have anybody?
with a knife or something.
Sam's got it.
Got a knife, yeah. That's what we need, but not. They'll make her work fast.
He's gotta take some money out of here installation today.
That's the phone call.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. There we go. Thanks. Thank Okay, and this is for the removal, each year it'd be $7,070, and for installation each year it'd be $7,070. So for the 3 year total, it'd be $42,420.
I believe Steve Barron was.
Yeah.
What was the total on, Steve's?
3,300.
30,300.
Right.
Yeah. And then the next one was 35,148.
There's quite a bit of difference between all three of them.
And the last one was 42,000.
Do all of the, I guess, do all of the other, requirements that we had asked for, are they met, are all three of them met, or do we need to look at that, or?
One
Well-
thing, Joel asked me to print his insurance, and I didn't get a chance to do that, but I do have it and I can show it to you guys on my email, his insurance that he included.
Who has insurance?
Joel Johnston.
And what about the other two?
They did not include the insurance with
I
their,
thought Valquest had theirs in the
Oh.
packet.
I haven't seen it, I don't know.
Should have been a packet with there in front of me.
Miss Val.
Thanks so much. Towards the back.
Well,
Okay. Yep. He did include the insurance.
I know, did we require? insurance? I don't know if we did or not. What, did the contract require us to be insured?
Yes.
Was that in the bid? Original bid?
Hmm. I don't see in here where it says they have to include that. Insurance, in addition to any other form of insurance that may be required of contractor, including automobile insurance. Under the laws of the state of Indiana, contractor shall also obtain general casualty and liability coverage in the amount of at least 1 million. And 3 million cumulative. Contractor shall furnish the client with certificates of such insurance that provide the coverage will not be canceled or materially changed prior to the completion of the services hereunder. The insurance required hereunder in no way limits or restricts the contractor's obligation under Indiana law or this agreement as to the indemnification of the client by the contractor. Further, the insurance to be carried shall in no way be limited by any limitation placed upon the indemnity therein given as a matter of law.
What
They have
page
to
is that
have it,
on?
they don't necessarily have to give it to us right now.
No, yeah, what page was that on?
That is on service agreement, page 5.
When we bid on things at work, we generally don't provide the insurance till we. It just saves paperwork for everybody.
Okay, is there any discussion about?
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess obviously Barrett is the lowest. He's done the Pierce for us before in the past. And we haven't really had. Not that I can recall any issues with him, so. It is $12,000 difference, so. And to me, as long as the low bid provides a copy of the insurance before our next meeting. Just
Yeah.
the low bid, it's quite a bit of difference.
Yeah. I think I would agree with that. Is there anyone that?
Gary, have you been happy with him?
With Steve?
Yeah.
We have problems. You have problems with everybody with everything. You know?
Right.
You get them worked out.
Well, and to be fair, in the early years of the park board and putting in the piers, there was a lot of time that went through working through a lot of different issues with the hardware, the permits, all those things. And we've kind of gotten to a point now where it's pretty straightforward and it's.
And the years that we've had Steve too, is years that nobody knew how the piers went in. I mean, seriously, you know, now.
Well, I can remember the very first year. The only folks who were putting piers in back then was Barrett and Les. And both of them said, we won't put those piers in because the hardware is not safe.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, that's the very first year I was on the park board. So, I mean, and we've come a heck of a lot away since then, so. So it's a more straightforward process. And that's why we moved to this schedule to be able to take out and put in, and that, that way whoever takes it out doesn't have the excuse that they didn't know what they were getting when they take it out, so.
Is there any more discussion? We
I
ready to
just,
go?
I just wanna say something. I would like you guys to actually read the proposal that I gave. I mean, even, you don't have to do it now, but I did offer different things in there that normally doesn't get done. But I would do those things in that proposal.
Which is,
I have that I would supply tarps and tarp all the wood piers after each and every season. And also, you guys have an October date to remove the pier, but before I've communicated with Amy when a better date would be to leave the pier in as long as possible, depending on the weather, so that the community can use the pier longer than normal.
And then you also have something where you replace a certain amount of boards. Yeah.
And there's also in there that I'd have it installed by April 20th, and if I didn't have it installed by then, I would be liquidated damages for $100 per day if it wasn't installed by then. Just something to consider, you know what I mean? That's all.
Would you replace them?
This one.
Is there a motion?
Well, I guess I would make a motion that we approve the low bid. Since it is, I mean, 12,000 is it's a lot of substantial amount of money difference. So we just make sure that each year that this happens, that the contractor who does the work completes the work on time and does all those things, so
Is there a time in the contract? Install and remove?
I believe there is.
Yeah, I think so.
I'll second.
Yeah, there was May 15th.
Yeah, October 30th.
The date that needs to be installed on.
Right, removal shall not begin before September 15th. Completed by October 31st. And it has to be completed, the installment has to be completed before May 19th. Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye. Although, and I would like to say that, Joel's done an excellent job of putting the piers in the last year and a half, and it's no reflection at all on the work that he's done putting those piers in. It's just, that $12,000 difference is a lot when we're looking at.
Yeah.
That's just how it's
Well, I-
help that I get, you know what I mean, is by paying the help that I get,
Understood.
We really appreciate the work you did. But we're a government entity and we pretty much have to.
No, I understand.
Yeah, to me, if it had been, if it had been within 1,000 or even 2,000 or something like that, that would have been one thing, but 12,000 is, I don't know, at least in my mind too, it's substantially different, so. That kind of binds our hands, I think.
Okay, superintendent's report.
Well, before we get to that, I forgot to put on the agenda to revisit the Verkada camera. So last month I brought these proposals from the IT department. We have cameras, they are they record to an SD card.
On the campground side.
Yes, and so we had kind of talked about maybe getting a camera to put on the beach house, at least one that would point down to both the entrance and exit. We can do that on the campground side too, but maybe, one or two this year maybe would be good going into the rest of the season.
Okay, so this is a system, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And we could add to it later.
Page 1 and page 2, what's the difference? One is 2000.
Page 1, I think, is for one camera. Page 2 is for two cameras.
Mhm.
So the two cameras, one covers the gate and then the other one would cover the
The-
campground area.
Yes.
I actually think we need them both, but
Yeah.
How long is the license for? Is it
5
1 year,
years, I
5 years?
believe.
although at least, because my biggest concern, I guess, is looking at the gate, exit and entrance. Maybe if we try one this year, see how it works and see what it looks like.
One camera.
Yeah.
Boats are there, security reasons.
Yeah. And then if that works out well and we're able to, it covers what we want it to cover, then we can look at putting it in. So we can kind of split it across 2 years as opposed to one budget year.
So according to Stanley, these prices are just
For this
like
year.
for now. They are gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
Well. It's gonna keep going up, but it's not gonna double, I don't think, or whatever.
I don't know how much it's
I
gonna
don't
be.
know either, but
Yeah, I think he has this price here set until October. I think it's, did he say that?
October.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Are we in agreement? We want to get 2 cameras in? Is that what the board wants to do?
where would this come out of? Is this coming on our budget? And what amount do we have there now?
What, we don't have that in our, but like the security part of our budget for like we will next year. So this would either come out
Government's
of,
equipment and maintenance.
it would either come out of equipment or, yeah, one of probably equipment. One might be better this year. I think.
You think that we can swing one?
I think we should go for one, and I'm just get worried because we're gonna need to be paying for that RFP later too.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm okay with one to start with.
All right. So is there a motion to buy 1 camera for this year?
Do these have audio capability?
He did not say that, and I don't know.
Why don't we specify they don't even have the ability to have audio?
I don't think they do. He never ever mentioned that. And why would you need audio outside?
Yeah, you just get static.
Well, we can double check on that, but
Yeah.
I mean, as long as we have the motion to buy one and we know where that camera is gonna get placed. We can double check to see whether it
Right.
has audio or not.
Well, if we're talking, if we want to get one, I will make the motion that we do get 1 security camera for Bass Lake.
And that would be on the beach house.
That would be on the
pointing
beach
at-
house, right?
Pointing at.
Facing
the exit.
your entrance and your exit.
Okay, I'd second that.
Okay, all in favor?
I
Very good.
Would that be able to also see a little bit of the campground entrance?
Probably.
It might, but I guess that's what the experience and maybe just getting the one and see how
That
it
would be good
actually,
if
how it actually works.
A little bit
Yeah.
of that.
If you put it a little off center so the guard shack wasn't the way it should work.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're down to superintendent's report.
Okay, I'll try to be quick. I had a meeting with IDEM and Tim Montgomery, our well driller, last week, and his site plan passed the IDEM inspection. So we will be moving forward with the well for the beach house soon. I sent an invoice to Doral Solar for the pledged $4,000 for 2025 and 2026, so $8,000. And they were happy to hear that the money was going to be used towards the well, and praised the department on the positive things that we've been doing for the community. United Consulting is continuing the work on the RFP for the campground electric. Hopefully next month I'll have it to present to you guys. We continue to be booked and busy at the beach and campground. We're booked for weekend camping through Labor Day. We had 2 last-minute cancellations last Friday before the luau, and we were able to fill those spots in under 24 hours. And I think that says a lot about what's going on at the campground. We've gotten several 5-star reviews on Google this summer and some nice reviews on Facebook. And I would draw your attention to this handout I gave you. And I'm just going to read them for the crowd. This is 2 reviews from Facebook. One says, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to Bass Lake Beach and Campground. We came from Colorado and spent 5 nights at this wonderful campground. The camp host, Bev, was absolutely amazing. I agree. In all my 8 years of camping, I've never encountered such a wonderful and friendly camp host. She took the time to help us navigate the area and what to see and do, and made sure we were enjoying our camping trip. The campground was very well taken care of, and the bathroom facilities were very clean. The beach is right across the street, so we were able to enjoy the water and had an amazing view for sunset over the lake. I would definitely give this campground a 5-star rating, and will definitely go there again if I'm ever in Indiana. Thank you again to Bev for helping make it an awesome trip, the Warner family. And then another, I know. Oh, kill me, one more. This one says, Bev was an absolute angel. I don't know about that. ready to welcome and accommodate us, even squeezed us in for a last minute reservation we didn't plan for. Despite it being a big festival weekend, the campground, this was Lake Fest, the campground was very quiet and clean. We can't wait to make this our regular getaway spot, and we've already reserved our next visit. Thank you, Beth. Well, I just think it goes a long way to our success, and everyone needs to know. Okay, so we had a wonderful turnout for Best Lake Festival. We did not charge a gate fee during Lake Fest weekend, but we did generate $1,537.75 that weekend in concessions and t-shirt sales. There were a lot of people at the beach, and our crew did a good job keeping up. Special shout out to Mary for working as many hours as me that weekend, which was about 20 between Saturday and Sunday. Mary does it all, organizational, office tasks, making videos, but she did a lot of concessions and garbage that weekend. I'd like to just, while I'm talking about Mary, I want to show you a video. So I have two really talented videographers, or whatever you want to say, and this is the video that Mary made that was concerning the Bass Lake Fest. Go around and see what you can find. So that's just some good old fashioned fun right there. So Lake Fest was really fun. We learned a lot going for next year. We'll know more what we're doing, getting ourselves into. So the luau was a huge success. Our grand total earned for that fundraiser was $8,382. And our bills weren't that high. After bills, we are going to gross about over 6,500, 66, somewhere in there. There was an estimated to be between 1,200 and 1,500 people, maybe more, in attendance. We earned $6,320 in cash, $235 in checks, and $1,829 in electronic bank payments. We earned about $609 from the 50/50 drawing, $51 in cash donations, and it was $536 in t-shirts, and the rest were ticket sales. So I'd like to thank the luau committee, including Rayanne Stevens, who is my friend, who lined up all the vendors, Lindy Riggs, also my friend, who did flyers and social media marketing. Well, all these people are my friends, so I don't know. I don't need to say that. Danielle Bear, who did all the decorating and much of the advertising, and now who works for our department doing events. She's quite awesome. You'll meet her soon. And Bev for all her hard work, readying the park, shuttling people from one end to the next. And Mary for her promotional videos, organizing the pre-sale tickets, and the event day management, which she's very good at. Thanks to Chelsea Richards and Shelby Mullins for overseeing gate ticket sales for the second year in a row. Thank you to Amber Clemens for overseeing the 50/50 drawing. It's good to have math teacher friends. Teresa and Alex Trout, Rick Green, Jimmy Cussy, Moses Bear, Gary and Kathy Later, Megan Linda, Jim Garner, Steve Watson, and Beth, Mandy Peters, Carmen Ellis, Rick Yover, Hunter Clemens, and all my staff. Thank you. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but thank you guys, really, because it wouldn't have been such a success without you guys. The silent auction donors were Surf Bro. They donated 2 things, Culver Marina, Kathy Norm, Bevan Al Watts, Jean Marie and Peggy Randall, and John Romanes and his friend Dan Donegan from the band Disturbed, who donated something from his garage and signed it and a bunch of guitar picks. So we were really lucky there. And so while I'm at it showing videos, this was the one for the luau. So that one was Danielle's video. So we're really lucky to have two such talented people working for this department. It was just a really fun event. I will say Jolly Roger was like, are we the forever band? Because we want to be the forever band. They loved it. They had a great time. And the fire dancer, the fire performance, he also said that it was one of the funnest, best events he's ever been to. And he said that just the crowd energy, the location, but especially having the kids there. I know he stayed for like an hour showing the kids the things, and he had a great time. They had a great time. Adults were having a great time. Kids were having a great time, as you said. So it was really fun to see.
Yeah, I think to me, it was one of the best events we've ever had in Starke County, and I don't know when,
Mhm.
but fun time had by all, from young kids all the way up to adults. It was a blast.
You guys did a great job. What I love about it, when you see those videos, these kids are having a ball.
Oh, yeah.
It's really, really phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely memories were getting made for sure for some of those kids. And so that is kind of where we're at. Now we're at the end of the season. So next time we meet, I'll be able to give you a final count for the summer, but it was quite a summer.
You couldn't ask for better weather either.
When I tell you, if we were 24 hours different, that we would have been.
I don't even mean that, even the temperature though.
Yeah, it was very, very
Breeze off
nice.
water,
It was really a perfect time.
they wouldn't dare rain on your parade.
Luckily.
Okay,
Okay, that's it.
thank you very much. Financial report?
I sent you guys inadvertently the wrong financial report over the email. This is our correct financial report. I've been busy. I have, you can kind of go to the end and see where we're at on receipts. We're at 352, 486. So we're now, well over 50,000 more than we were appropriated to spend. And that'll just go, we'll be much higher by next month at this time.
Very good. Is there anything we can talk about the financial report?
No, I guess we just, look into it next month, so that when we get ready for this electric bids and stuff
See
like
where
that,
we are.
we gotta have a real fine tooth to where we're at when that comes in, so. To know what we can actually contribute towards it, how we contribute if we do.
Okay, any other business? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
have a question,
Sure,
and I have the floor, correct?
yes.
Okay, good. So I am aware that my face is not being shown on the video, so for anybody that may be watching the live stream or may want to watch this film later, my name is Kathy Nora. And I want to talk a little bit about Amy, who, for the record, is my daughter. I have some screenshots that were given to me by Justin Reisner from a private chat group that included David Sin, Justin Reisner, Darren and Roberta Lee, and Cassie Hine. David, you were pretty disparaging towards Amy in those private chats. I have copies here and I'll pass them out to the board. So I do have one question for you. Will you or will you not categorically admit or deny that you are Perry White, the author of the APRA requests that were served on Teresa, Amy through Dick?
I don't see how that has any relevance to this.
I think it has a lot of relevance. You've criticized Amy. If you are the person that has written those things, to those APRA requests should be removed from the board, but I'm just asking you, will you admit it or are you gonna deny it?
I'm not gonna answer that question.
What?
That person claims to be anonymous. I'm not answering that question.
That says a lot right there. That says a lot right there.
Kathy, I don't,
Let me give you the copies of the
Kathy, I have a question. So when you
Yes.
said the request, what are you actually referring to? Is it FOIA request or? what
yeah,
is it?
FOIA request, but that is for federal. APRA is the state. And if I'm not mistaken, payroll records for these two ladies were requested, Amy's application, her credentials, Dick could probably elaborate on that. And here's the sad thing, when you read these messages that were given, and these were from a couple of years ago, and when he was actually on this park board, they are criticizing and going after Amy simply because they don't like me and I am her mother. And it says that more or less in here, so you can, Dick, that one is for you. So this is a larger of the messages, and I have a lot more than that too, so,
So what's the most recent, what's the oldest message?
well, they're dated on there. I'll give you a copy as well, David. And I also believe this is in retaliation because I FOIA requested, APRA requested information from Gwen Rentz, who reported Amy to the health department for serving lemonade, country time lemonade and mixing it up, which ended up working out much better because she got it straightened out with the health department. She got a permit. She was allowed to serve far more food than what she had before. And she made $1,000 on that, over, or whatever it was I heard her talking about just now. Amy has done a fabulous job with this Parks Department. I think everybody likes her. I think everybody thinks that she is absolutely wonderful. But they are attempting to character assassinate her and Teresa because they do not like me. Many of you know that I'm running for clerk. I don't care if I lose that position, but I will defend my daughter when her character is being assassinated simply because they do not like me.
She has done a
And
good
frankly,
job.
I think, yes, they have. And frankly, I think Davidson should resign. That's my opinion.
I guess I
I
got a
think the
question.
fact he refuses to answer the question tells you a whole lot right there.
I guess I have a question because I had
And
always.
I got more too, David.
Yeah, I had always thought that when FOIA requests were put in for a particular department, that the department head is notified, and since we're a board, you would think the board would have been notified. I'm a little
Well, I
surprised.
think it just happened this morning,
Okay.
and I think it was served to, Amy's was served to Dick. Teresa's was served directly to her, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, to the auditor's email, which was directly to me, my boss, and the other two in the office.
So, but are these FOIA requests, are they following like a county policy and how
They're
they're
following the
submitted?
state policy.
Okay.
There is a handbook that is listed on the state website, that as long as you follow that, you can request pretty much anything you want, but I think employment applications might be a little trickier.
Yeah, but it sounds like to me, so does the state say it's okay for an anonymous person to request this? Or-
Well, it is signed Perry White.
Well, no, but I'm saying if,
With the email address of the Starke County Republican or
Kankakee Valley.
Kankakee Valley Republican Courier, who has an anonymous individual, and that site is no more than just like several of the others, they're just sites to trash people and.
yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised that the county would even entertain accepting a FOIA request from
Well,
on the source.
I'm not sure.
So maybe we need to go to the commissioner.
Well,
meeting
Dick's
and
the
just
lawyer,
ask
we
him, I
have
guess.
to look up the law, but I would say that the law says any person. So even if it's a fake person, they probably could, but there are certain things that were in that request that should not be released. Like employment applications, that's a part of an employee file. But nonetheless, it is simply retaliatory, And it is directed at Amy through no fault of her own. It is because they do not like me, and the only way they can get to me is by attacking my daughter. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I realize people will think that this is oh, her mom, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I'm telling you, my kids and my grandkids mean everything to me, and I will give my life up to defend my kids and my grandkids. So if I do not win an election because of my defense of Amy and for speaking up in this meeting, and I got a few more meetings I intend to speak up in, I don't care.
Yeah, I got this request, I believe yesterday, in an email. I haven't responded to it yet. I just want to say this, since I've been on this board, we've had 3 people in Amy's position. And Amy by far has done the best job of anyone. She's head and shoulders better than any other person that's had that position.
100%.
Now, I don't believe she has a background in Parks and Recreation or certificate, but neither did anyone that ever applied here. There's never been anyone who applied for that job who met those qualifications. And
that's what they're attacking her on. That
I
she
understand.
doesn't have a master's degree in Parks and Recreation.
I
What is
understand.
your master's degree in?
Curriculum development.
Well, she's got a master's degree, and it doesn't necessarily take park curriculum or parks and management or whatever.
Right.
She's demonstrated her worth. Absolutely.
And I've always felt too, that the parks that we deal with are not like city parks, like Logan Park. This is kind of a different ballgame. It's a campground, it's a lake. I don't know. If we have to send Amy to some kind of educational program or help her get some kind of certification, we'd be happy to do that. But all I can tell you is we couldn't ask for a better person taking care of our park department than Amy.
We're very lucky.
Yeah.
I've been here for each of the superintendents, and not to take anything away from all the efforts that they put in, but Amy has by far taken this a lot further than anyone else has. And whether you have a degree in parks or whatever, this county's already losing staff and losing folks because of ridiculous stuff like this. And it should
A lot of
stop.
the smut on.
Well,
Facebook.
and it needs to stop, because this park board, as far as I'm concerned, has the superintendent's been. And is not gonna back off from anything that we're doing and moving forward, so.
Hopefully everybody on the board feels the
Yes, sir.
same way. Most people.
Yeah, naturally, I don't like what I'm hearing, because I know both those individuals. And as an ex-union officer fighting for 48 years, Kathy, you can put a sign in my yard tomorrow morning across from me.
Thank you so much, Rick. Thank you. Ours too.
And she has been one of the best.
Now this.
So I'll be the third one in one of them 3 to take target. But they better watch themselves if they're gonna target me.
The Indiana code says the superintendent must be qualified by training or experience in the fields of parks and recreation, or have a certificate or an advanced degree in the fields of parks and recreation. She spent 2 years now on the job. I'd say she meets the criteria. Yep.
Okay. Any other business? Yes, sir.
Yes, the cameras that you guys were going to be looking at, are they going to be able to read license plates?
Yes.
Okay. First hand.
Now, well, I got a question about that.
Well,
sorry.
actually, I guess,
But I guess I wanna make sure folks know these are not, as far as I know, flock cameras.
no, they're not.
So, just to make it clear, just because,
That's
just
a
because-
separate.
yeah, just
So
because you
they're-
can see, we'll look into that.
So
What
they-
these guys-
There's a separate camera. There's a separate camera that will zoom in on a license plate. I don't know what maybe we should have done is just have Stanley
Come to.
maybe.
Until next week, and explain what these cameras will actually do.
Okay. let's do that.
I don't know what a flat camera is.
That's that's a police, there's a lot of talk out there about flags. and what they-
Who's not saying that
We voted on it. Get
if
it.
somebody comes in and does
Tell us exactly.
damage to the park
Maybe.
or the
show us
beach or
something.
whatever, you don't wanna say, oh, get that, well, that was the guy. Who was the guy? So if you had something that you could identify his automobile or his license plate, you could say, oh yeah, this is the guy.
Yeah, from what I read on what is here, it's more just a security cameras to be able to go back and take a look. Kind of similar to what was at the property owner's building, to be able to see if, say if somebody ran into the gatehouse while we weren't there, we'd be able to at least see who did it.
So Stanley has showed me a few photos and they look pretty clear.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the police department has this. They also have the zoom in one, so maybe Stanley could just show us the difference.
Okay,
I mean, we already voted to get the camera, so if we
Yeah,
need
let's
to,
let's have them at the next meeting. Just-
okay, yeah, Amy's
explain.
gonna talk to him.
Sorry.
No, that's a
Okay.
great question.
Nothing else?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for being here.
Congratulations again.
Even though it feels like 20